What's up guys, welcome to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be running through a bunch of different foods and telling you where they fall on this testosterone tier list. Quickly running through the tiers, at the top we have the Test Max King tier. The foods in this tier should be the staples of your diet. You should be eating a lot of these every single day. Next we have the Test Boost tier. The foods in this tier can be eaten on a daily basis. They're not completely necessary, but they'll help you boost your testosterone overall. Next, we have the neutral tier. The foods in this tier, they're not going to hurt your testosterone, but they're also not going to help it. So overall, unless you're bulking, you should try not to overconsume these foods. Next is the test drop tier. The foods in this tier are going to lower your testosterone, so you're not going to want to consume too much of them. And at the bottom tier, we have the 0 nanograms per deciliter tier. The foods in this tier should be rarely consumed, if ever, because they're just going to lower your testosterone and you don't want to eat them at all. First up on the list, we have red meat, and red meat is going straight into the Test Max King tier. Red meat is full of nutrients, it's full of minerals, it has a ton of protein in it, and it is essentially one of the best foods you can possibly eat for your testosterone. So it is rightfully up in the Test Max King tier. Next, we have veggies. Veggies are a weird one because even though they do have a lot of vitamins and a lot of nutrients in them, they also contain plant defense chemicals, which is going to lower your testosterone. You can have these every once in a while, but I wouldn't overdo it. So I'm going to put it in the neutral tier. Next up, we have spices. Spices are pretty much neutral unless you're getting a seasoned salt or another spice mix, because a lot of those have sugar and seed oils in them. So you don't want to be eating those, but if you're just eating garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, just to make your food taste better, it's going to be neutral for you. Next up on the tier list, we have soy, and soy is going straight into the 0 nanograms per deciliter tier because soy is full of phytoestrogens more than any other food, and it's really going to kill your test. So you're going to want to avoid soy as much as possible. Don't buy into the mainstream propaganda on soy. It is just going to nuke your test. You don't want it. Next up, we have eggs. Eggs are probably the best food you can consume for your testosterone. Not only do eggs have a ton of nutrients and a ton of protein and a ton of good fats, but they also have a lot of cholesterol, which is the building block for testosterone. So if you're trying to gain as much testosterone as possible, there's no better food than eggs. Next, we have white rice. White rice is a weird one because it's mostly carbs and it doesn't have many nutrients in it. However, it also doesn't have anything that's going to hurt your testosterone. So overall, I'm going to put it in the neutral tier. Unless you're bulking, I wouldn't consume too much of it because it doesn't have many nutrients in it, but it's not going to hurt your testosterone either. So it's going to be in the neutral tier. Next up on the list, we have artificial sugar. Now, when I'm talking about artificial sugar, I'm talking about sucralose, asulfame potassium, and aspartame, and there's some other ones out there too. Now these, they're highly debated whether they're good for you or not. However, if you really look into the studies, they really just destroy your gut and they're going to lower your test a lot. So overall, they're going to go in the 0 nanograms per deciliter tier. You should try to avoid them as much as possible. Next up, we have sourdough bread. Sourdough bread is actually pretty good for you because it's fermented and there's quite a decent bit of nutrition in it as well. However, it is still mostly carbs, so you don't want to overdo it. Overall, I'd put it in the neutral tier because it's not terrible, but it's also not going to boost your test. Next up, we have oats. A lot of people would probably think oats are one of the healthiest foods for you, but they're really not because they don't really have much nutrition in them. And on top of that, they also contain a lot of phytoestrogens. So every once in a while is okay, but overall, they're going to go in the test drop tier. You don't want to consume too much of it. Next up, we have raw milk, and I'm going to group these raw milk and pasteurized milk together. Milk in general contains estrogen in it. However, raw milk is also one of the most nutritious foods that you can possibly consume. So if it didn't have estrogen, it'd probably go in the Test Max King tier, but it does. So overall, I'd lower it a tier. You can have it on a daily basis, but you don't want to consume too much of it. Pasteurized milk is basically just a version of raw milk without any of the nutrients. So it's going to go in the test drop tier because it still contains estrogen and it has nowhere near as much nutrients as raw milk does. So yeah, you should try to avoid it. Next, we have nuts. Nuts are a weird one too, because even though they do have a lot of healthy fats and they're overall healthy for you, they also contain phytoestrogens like oats do. However, because of the nutrients in them and the healthy fats in them, I'm going to put them in the neutral tier. You can have these every once in a while and they're not going to hurt you at all. Now, chicken, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but most chicken is going to go in the test drop tier because they're fed soy and corn, and because of that, the meat's not going to be good for you. It's going to lower your test. And there's also just not much nutrients in chicken. It's mostly just protein, but not a lot of minerals or vitamins in it. However, there are pasture-raised chickens out there. They're pretty rare, but if you can get your hands on them, they're a great source of protein. They have a lot more nutrients than just regular chicken does. And if you're talking about that chicken, that'd go in the test boost tier. So I'm going to split the difference and put it in the neutral tier overall. It's not terrible for you. You can have it every once in a while, but it shouldn't be a staple of your diet. Next, we have honey and maple syrup. Honey and maple syrup are the two best sweeteners you can possibly get, because even though they are still mainly carbs, they have a lot of nutrients in them, and they're just overall really good options. So I'm going to put them in the test boost tier. You don't want to be consuming a lot of them every single day, but a few tablespoons a day is only going to help you. Next up, we have shrimp, and shrimp is probably one of the best foods possible for hiring your testosterone overall. Because not only does shrimp, it's basically pure protein, but it also has some nutrients in it, and it also has a lot of cholesterol in it, which is the building block for testosterone. It's riding the line between Test Max King and Test Boost. I'm going to put it in the Test Max King tier. Next up, we have fruits. Fruits are a great carb source. They don't have plant defense chemicals, and they're going to do a really good job at fueling your workouts. You don't want to overconsume them, because overconsuming any kinds of sugar is just going to hurt you, but a few pieces a day will only greatly help your health and your testosterone. And avocados don't have a lot of sugar either. I'm grouping them in with the fruits. But avocados are one of the best foods you can possibly eat for growing your testosterone as well. Next up is sugar, and when I say sugar, I'm mainly talking about cane sugar, and it is going straight into the 0 nanograms per deciliter tier, because sugar has absolutely no nutrition in it at all, and it is also extremely addictive. The only thing sugar is going to do is it's going to make you fat, it's going to make you bloated, and it's going to lower your testosterone a lot. Next up, we have the nightshades. Nightshades, if you don't know, they're a certain group of fruits and vegetables, and some examples are tomatoes, bell peppers, and carrots. And these are actually going to go into the test boost tier. Nightshades contain a lot of nutrition in them, and on top of that, they also contain a lot of beta carotene in them, which is going to be really good for your skin health. So overall, they should be a prominent part of your diet. Next is potatoes and sweet potatoes. And I don't think there is a better carb source than these two. So I'm actually going to put them in the top tier. Potatoes and sweet potatoes have a ton of minerals, a ton of nutrients. They don't have any plant defense chemicals, and they're overall just going to be great fuel for your workouts. So you should be consuming them on a regular basis every single day. Next up, we have stevia, and I'm going to include monk fruit in that too. Overall, a lot of fitness products use stevia and monk fruit, and there have been a lot of studies that link them to lower testosterone. So I'm going to put them in the test drop tier. They're not as bad as artificial sugar, but you should still try to stay away from them as much as possible. Next up, we have whey protein. And when I say whey protein, I'm talking about the single ingredient whey protein, not protein powders, because a lot of protein powders contain artificial sugars and xanthan gum and stuff like that. That's just going to destroy your gut. So I'm only talking about the single ingredient whey protein. Whey protein as an ingredient isn't terrible for you. However, there's not much nutritional value in it. It's basically straight protein. And because of that, it goes straight through your system and it's going to hurt your gut. So overall, every once in a while, it's not that bad to have, but I'd still put it in the test drop tier. And finally, we have alcohol. I think we all know where alcohol is going. 0 nanograms per deciliter. Alcohol is absolutely horrible for you. It has zero nutritional value in it. It's going to kill your sleep. And every single study on alcohol shows it makes you an unhealthier individual with a lot lower testosterone. So try to stay away from alcohol as much as possible. If you can, never drink it at all. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you learned something new. Bye.